Well, in my whole career, I have done a lot of mistakes. I try to teach you guys what not to do. That was one of my mistakes. So inside here, this is how the tank look like. Um, this side is the driver side, and I would like to have no way on this side. So what I have done, I get PVC pipes, and I find this PVC, I put it on in ethanol for 1 month, and I saw the glue was not coming out, the white was not coming out, nothing was coming out, the ethanol the ethanol was coming clean. So I found a way to fit all of this on this side, and the theory, it was to don't have so much gas, because I was thinking this one, it's lighter than the gas, and it is lighter, I try it. The thing is, when I remove everything from inside here, it was inside, they are full of, so they have small holes, I guess, and now this one is full, this one. So this one is full. So we have trap inside here, gas, like this one is super heavy. Look at that, it started coming out. So we trap inside here ethanol, and now all that way it was here full. Now the target is to find a way to cut this one, cut it like that, make a plate, weld it on, and use only this side. So now I'm thinking, how can I change this one? So I'm thinking to cut it out and put bolts and keep them down, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it, because the way it was working, have no problem, and yeah, try to make the stock tank working as good as possible, because I like the place it is. It's the best place. So that's the target, how we're gonna cut it here and keep this one alive and have all of that weld nice. So we're gonna work on that today. The moment of truth. This tank have a strap here and have a screw here. I try it when it's full. I try it to have the screw, just the screw in the middle, and it still can hold. So I'm gonna use this one and the strap. It's gonna be probably good just with the strap, but I'm gonna try to cut it here and see where we are and find the thinner spot. I have one of these tubes between. Well, that look way more better. So the good thing with ethanol is it cannot blow up. One. Second, what we have right now here, it is plastic, and we cut it with a metal. That's why it's used the Sosa, and they cannot make anything like flammable, like we cannot have a fire. So I cut it here, and I'm gonna go a little bit more deep. I just want to see how it's look like. I'm gonna go here to cut it out again, so let's do that. Now the process is simple. We're gonna make a template of this one, and we're gonna cut a template for this side, which is exactly the same plastic. We're gonna put this one here, and we're gonna leave a little bit room, and we're gonna glue it on. Let's go. Well, the way I cut this one is because I want this piece So I put it down here. It's the most flat spot, and the thickness is exactly the same. Another flat spot is here. You can use this one. Another flat spot is here, but it's in the edge. So anyway, I find out this is the most I like, and I'm gonna start now to cut it out around. You can go a little bit out of your line and test fit it here. So you make it, you get that piece as much perfect as possible. Now, one of the trick with the glues is you have two ways to do the glues right. One is to leave spot for the glue to cure and connect the two pieces. And in my case, we're gonna do both. We're gonna glue it and meld it probably. I'm still thinking for sure what can I do to make sure that's a correct precision and you have done it right. You need to find a way to close all the holes and spray inside 25 pounds. I think if it's whole 25 pounds, you're good to go. So another interesting thing is the gas. It's most likely don't go up there because if you see, that's the highest point. So the gas is gonna stay down here, but of course you don't wanna have leaks. This one is not gonna get any heat over here, so it's like in the middle of the car. So, well, most likely we usually have the same type of plastic, even if it's existing different type of plastics. And the trick is to use exactly the same material. So if I try to weld this plastic with another type of plastic, maybe they are not compatible, they cannot weld together. Now, the technique we're gonna do, it's the extra safe, right? So what I'm trying to achieve here is how can I have extra strength, be extra conscious about everything, and how can I do it extra safe so I'm not gonna have a problem. Now I'm gonna show you just the first one. I'm gonna teach you how you can do that weld. You need this chip tool and you need a needle like that. It's a thin line. And the way you're going is you pushing in and you melding the two of them. And you people to know how to weld, it's like when you're welding, it's getting hot, you feed, moving next. Getting hot, you feed, moving next. Getting hot, you feed. So the way we're welding, it's almost the same thing. You go, you bend, weld, you're pushing in. Next, hot, melt, pushing in. Next, hot, melt, pushing in. The design of that, it's coming out like that. This one, it was a cut line. Just wanna show you how it's look like. So the way this one it was completely cut. So I'm gonna try to open it in front of you and see how much power. So now look at that. So I'm pushing very hard to open it. I'm gonna open it because it's a weld piece, right? But I'm gonna force it so you can see how strong it is. So this thing now I'm pushing really. I might maybe not open it, but even if you cut the plastic and it's the original piece and you start to strengthen it to open it, you're gonna cut it up sooner or later. Depends what plastic it is. Now, because it's not welded from inside, I'm pretty sure if I weld it from the inside, it's gonna be way more stronger, but I cannot do that in the tank because I cannot put my hands inside. Which, it's not terrible. I might do it, but I'm not gonna have the same consistency I have here. I'm thinking to add glue on top from inside. So now I'm trying to open it. Okay, it's about to open. Look at that. You see? So how heavy I went. I went a little bit more than half. I was trying to do it as less good it's possible, so I can show you what need to happen. So in my case, the only way to unweld is if somebody shrink the tank and open it. the way I'm gonna weld it. But it's round, it's gonna be the plastic inside, so it cannot open. The only way to open is, it's super difficult. Like I'm trying to push it and it's not opening by himself. Imagine when I weld it. So we're gonna do this technique first, but we're gonna push the plastic more inside so we have room. We're gonna weld all of them nice and clean. And after, when this one cure and it's completely cold, we're gonna go on top of it and we're gonna use this plastic bonded glue. It's a GB Weld. I have very good experience with GB Weld. One time on the track, we broke from a front-wheel drive car the transmission because the flywheel broke and he broke everything, the transmission outside. And we cannot find the transmission. So I have to weld all the aluminum pieces on the transmission, and we're like, we're gonna send it. We find the clutch, we put the clutch on, and we weld all of that, and I make threads. I make the hole and threads on the transmission, which is insane. And so I make all of them, and it was like 3 of them broke, I think. I think the car is still running after 10 years with the same transmission. It is insane how strong this thing can be. They make aluminum, so I glue the aluminum, and the aluminum, it makes a metal. So even if we glue it just with that, I think it's gonna be okay, but I'm gonna push the plastic inside, I'm gonna weld it, meld it together, and I'm gonna put this one on top. So let's go and do it, and let me show you the technique.